And so let's actually take a step back and look at what we did. We built a form. In that form, we decided if they need some type of hardware, be it a PC or a laptop, and that's based within a choice control in the form. And we'll take a look at that in 1 second too, just to make sure that that actually renders correctly. From there, we put in a device cost and we put a value in there. We also determine if a printer is required. And so if a printer is required, what we have to do is run a run if and then add a value of $250 to that device cost value and store that in a new variable called new cost. From there, we run a run if to take a look to see if device cost or new cost exceeds that amount of $1,000. If it does, then we assign a task out to the manager to get approved. What happens then is we send a rejection email if it didn't get approved. We send an email if it does get approved. And then outside of that, what we want to do is we want to calculate a date for 14 days after this action is executed. We'll wait until that date occurs by pausing this workflow, this process. Once it does occur, we'll send out a notification email to that new hiree and let them know that they have some new hardware waiting for them. Hopefully they see it too. So we've actually leveraged a whole lot of what we've built out. So let's go ahead and publish this workflow. And so what I'll do is I'll just give this workflow a name, call it new hire hardware, and we'll just submit it and actually publish this to our production environment. Perfect. So what we'll do now though is we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at what that form actually renders. And as you can see, I've got the ability to put the new hire name in. I got the ability to choose what type of device we want. I can choose if a printer is selected, and I can choose the cost over here. And so that would be $2,000. And that's if I want to create an item. Now, one thing you may have missed though, we didn't actually set what the start event is for this workflow. So now I have to go back and I need to edit that. Maybe that business requirement changed. Let's go hop back into workflow settings real fast and go to manage workflows. And so I can take a look and see what we've got in here. And this one I have new hire hardware. We'll just hop into that one and I'll go and edit this workflow. And I want to apply the ability for when a new item is created to trigger this workflow. So we'll go into workflow settings and you'll see where I've got the ability to say start when items are created, and I'll mark that as yes. And now that I've done that, I will republish this workflow. We'll now have a version 2.0 of this workflow. And so when one goes in and creates a new item in that hardware request list, it will trigger this workflow, taking the information that we placed in the form and then starts that entire process for them. And that is how you go ahead and work with some of the basic understandings of Nintex workflow to build out a process quickly and with the ability to even make edits to that process even after you've published it just as quickly.